Hello and welcome to this unit. In this unit, we're going to talk about people, okay? As we will see in the following goals. In this unit, we have 5 goals that we are going to achieve by the end of this lecture. The first goal is we will talk about people you know. The second one, ask and say how old people are. Ask and say where you work. The fourth goal, say where other people work. And the last one, say where people live and work. Now, in the last lecture, we talked about numbers from 0 till 10. In this lecture, we will talk about the numbers from 11 to 20. Okay, so here is the first number is 11. This is how we write it. So we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. You need to focus, you need to notice that there is a focus on teen, like for example 13, 14, 14. Okay, so don't mix up, for example, between 30 and 13. 30, that is 30, whereas 13, this is 1, 3. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. The next point here that we are going to talk about is telling how old people are. For example, in this picture, you see a picture of a family. So you are going to ask, for example, how old is she? Or how old is he? Now let's start with the first person on the left. This is a woman. So we're going to say she is. How old is she? As you can see here, she is 66. The next person, this is a man, a male. So you're going to ask, how old is he? The answer, he is 44. Next, how old is this girl? She is 15. The fourth one, she is 7. Next, how old is she? She is 39. And the last one, on your right, you are going to ask, how old is he? The answer to that question will be, he is 73. Okay? Now, here we have a grammar. As we said, when we want to talk about a person, we will start with he. And a woman will say she. Okay? So read about Walid and Shireen. Which photos are they? So now I want you to stop the video, read the paragraph, and then match it with the pictures. We have 4 pictures, A, B, C, and D. Okay, read it and please match it with the picture, and I'm going to provide you with the answer. Okay, now I hope you finished with matching the photos, and let's go and match the paragraphs with the photos. Now, number 1, this is C. So Walid is in photo C. Paragraph 2, Shireen, this is picture B. Now we need to notice when we talk that about Walid, we said Walid is 19, whereas Shireen is 15. Walid, we will change it with the pronoun, so we'll say Walid is 19, he's 19. Shireen is 15, she's 15. Okay, now let's go to question 2. Read about Rahman and Najwa, add words from the boxes. Now here we have 2 photos left. It's photo A, picture A, so this is Rahman, and Najwa is picture D. Now please stop the video right now. Answer these 2 paragraphs from the word in the box. For example, Rahman, you will choose the words from the words in the box. Okay, so stop the video right now and then answer and come back and check your answers with me. Okay, so let's read about Rahman. Rahman is 14. He is from Yemen. He's at school in Sana'a. The second one, 2, is about Najwa. Najwa is from Amman in Jordan. She's 8 and is at school. Okay, I hope you got that correctly. And now let's go and move on to talk about family members. Okay. Okay, now in this picture we can see family members. In this family we have, can you name some of the words that we can use for family members? Yes, very good. So here we have grandparents, the one on your right, grandparents, grandfather, grandmother, mother, father, and they seem to have like one son, one daughter, and a baby. Okay, now the mother and father, they're also called husband and a wife. Okay, now let's take a look at the words here written. In this table on the left, these are the words that we can mention for male or for men. Okay, so could be a father in your family, he could be a son, a brother, and a husband. Whereas the words that are used for women, for females, are a family member in your family. She could be your mother, she could be a daughter, a sister, or it could be a wife for a husband. Okay, now when you want to talk about your family, you will use the words I have and then mention the family members you have. For example, in these 3 sentences, you can see that in the first one, I have 2 sisters. The second sentence, I have a son. In the third one, I am married, but I have no children. Okay, so also you can use these, or for example, you can say, I don't have any brothers, or I don't have any sisters. Okay, I hope everything is clear for you right now for family members. Okay, now here we will talk about the possessive pronouns my, his, and her, and look at the examples and see when do we use each one of them. In the first example, there's a woman talking about herself, or a girl. She said, I'm Noura, I'm 15, this is my family. Okay, the second example, he's 6, his name is Umar. In the third one, she's married, this is her husband. Okay, now let's go to example number 1. Now, what if I'm going to ask you, what are the pronouns that you can see right here? Very good. The pronouns, they are written in red. So here I have I, and my. So if you're going to talk about something that belongs to you, you will say my family, my sister, my brother, my father, my mother, my mobile, for example. Okay, now if you're going to talk about him, about he, the second example, the pronouns here, we have two pronouns. We have he and we have his. The subject pronoun here is he. If you're going to talk about something that belongs to him, we will use his name. Okay, so he will take his. Whereas in the last example, we're talking about a woman, we use the subject pronoun she. She is married. She will take her. So she, her husband, her family, or her mobile phone. Okay, so here in this table, you can see the subject pronouns I, she, and he. I, the possessive adjectives, is my. This is my mobile. She will take her. This is her mobile. He will take his. This is his mobile. Okay, and we will have exercises about these two, and I hope these three pronouns and more, and I hope it's very clear for you right now. Okay, the next point we'll talk about is job or work. Now if someone is going to ask you, what do you do, or what is your job? Okay, so you will answer with, as you can see in the first sentence, I am a student. Okay, so what's your job? What do you do? I am a student. The second job here, as the example in front of you, what is your job? You will say, or what do you do? I am a painter. My job is painting. The last example, I'm a nurse. Okay, and as you can see in this example, always use the article a or an with jobs. Okay, I am a trainer, for example, or I am a teacher. Okay, always use a or an depending on the word you are using. Okay, now the different kind of jobs or occupations. Occupations means job. Okay, so the first one, this is student. I am a student. Picture 2, I'm a doctor. Picture 3, I'm a teacher. Picture number 4, I'm a manager. Picture number 5, I'm a waiter. Number 6, I'm a singer. 7, I'm a painter. And the last one, I'm a writer. Okay, so all of these are different examples of jobs or occupations. Now, if you're going to mention the place you are working in, or who are you working for, these two different words we will use, for example, work in, if you are going to mention the place that you work. For example, I work in a supermarket, so this is the place I am working in. The second sentence, I work in a restaurant. Do you know the name of the restaurant? No, just the place. It is a restaurant. The third example, I work in a hospital. Do you know which hospital is it? No, so this is just a place. It is a hospital. And the last example is we work in a big hotel. Okay, but if you're going to mention the place, for example, in work, for here you will mention a company or the name of a company. For example, the first example, we work for Sony Corporation. Okay, I work. What is the name of the company I'm working for is Sony Corporation. In the second example, I work for Microsoft. Example number 3, we work for Dell. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. So again, working, this is the place. Work for, this is the company or the name of the company. Okay, now we continue with the places of work. Okay, and here also we can say I work in, for example, as we said before, a supermarket. Now you need to notice that we use also the article a and an with the places of work. A shop, a hotel, an office, because office starts with the vowel. Okay, so an I will use it if the word following it starts with any of the 5 vowels, that is A, E, I, O, or U. Okay, now I want you to stop the video and match the words with the photos from A to F. For example, we have shop, an office, a hotel, a school, a hospital, and a cafe. Okay? Okay, now if you answered, let's check these 6 different places together. Picture A, this is a school. B, a hospital. C, a cafe. D, an office. E, a hotel. And the last one, a shop. Okay? Now, also, different places of work that we can talk about is university, hospital, school, office, cafe, restaurant, shop, hotel, and a supermarket. Okay? Oh no, all of these examples we were talking about yourself. I said I. Now we can also use it to talk about other people. For example, in this picture, in this slide, you see 2 different pictures. The first one, she seems like a nurse. And the one on your right, this is a man, okay, working somewhere. Now, I want you to complete the sentences. Use the words from the box. For example, we have 4 different words: a manager, a hospital, IKEA, and a doctor. Okay, now, number 1, she's a doctor. Number 2, please, this is answered after you answer questions, and then you check it with me. Now, number 2, the job here left is a manager. Number 3, she works in a hospital. Number 4, as it is clear from the picture that he works for IKEA. Okay? Now, look at the sentences in the table. How are A and B different? You see in picture in table A, section A, I work in a hospital. Whereas in B, she works in a hospital. I work for IKEA. He works in IKEA. Now what is the difference here? What did we add to the verb? We add S. Why? Because we have she and he. Okay, so always when we have the pronouns he or she, we add S to the verb. For example, I live. I, we, or they. Of course, any one of them will take this verb. We don't add anything to the verb in the simple present. For example, so I live, we live, or they live. I work, we work, they work. I have, we have, and they have. Now, if you change the pronoun to he or she, we will add S to the verb. So he lives, she lives, he works, she works, he has, and she has. Okay, now let's take a look at the examples here. Circle the correct verb. Okay, now I need you to stop the video, read these sentences and choose the correct one. Okay, now let's answer these sentences together. Circle the correct verb. Number 1, I have. 2, my sister lives in Australia. Number 3, my friend Carlos has a flat in Buenos Aires. Number 4, her parents live in Berlin. Why live? Because parents, this is plural. I'm talking about her both parents, mother and father. Number 5, we have a house in Florida. Number 6, she works for Microsoft. Okay. Now look at this, look at the pictures and write 3 sentences using I have in the discussion forum on Blackboard. Starting with I have. Here we have 10 different objects. Write down any 3 that you have, or you can mention any other 3 things that you have. So we will write, I have, for example, a mobile phone, or I have a cell phone. This is number 1. Number 2, I have a house, for example, or I don't have a house. Okay, and you can go on. I have a camera, or I don't have a camera. Okay, so write 3 correct sentences. After you finish, go to Blackboard and write these 3 sentences in Unit 2 form. Okay. Now the last thing we'll have in this lecture is answer the following questions, and answers will be checked during the lecture. Okay, so answer these questions, and during the lecture this week we will answer them together with other exercises that we're going to do. Okay, this is the first exercise. It's in your course book. Each word has 1 letter missing. Write it correctly. This is a spelling question. Okay? The second question, choose the correct word. Okay, look at the sentences and choose the correct word here. Next exercise, change the verbs to short forms. For example, they are from Japan. How to make it short? They apostrophe RE from Japan and then full stop. Okay, and always remember a sentence will start with a capital letter like capital T and it ends with a full stop. Last, don't forget to write down any question you have and answer online workbook unit 2 and see you in the lecture for this week. Thank you.